Oh my god, why did he choose? I can barely read it. Anyways. The knockout rounds of DreamHack Atlanta 2022. Let me introduce one of the second best players in all of SC2. The many times runner-up Zerg. The Korean, it's soO. Facing him on the other side of the match, we have the American Terran, oftentimes near the very tippy top of Grand Masters, has always been very close to breaking in those top tier brackets. This could be his opportunity. It's epic. Honestly, I think soO is favored, but Epic has a... I don't know what his TVZ looks like. Honestly, I think he has a chance. I think it comes down to what flavor of Zerg soO gets locked into. He's one of those Zergling players. He's very excited to go Ling Bane the entire game and not really adjust from there. And that just doesn't work as well. In a modern Terran versus Zerg, you have to adapt. Essentially, well, whether that means Broodlords, Lurkers. If we ever get to that stage, it's a best of 3. Right? It's a best of 3, Jimmy. It's a best of 3, yes. So far, nothing out of the ordinary. We've seen a lot of Data C. I think almost every series has had Data C. The safe, middle-of-the-road map that nobody's going to complain about. First Reaper. Gives the hatch the runaround. Going for the drone. Almost gets it, but then almost gets got himself. Don't want to be losing that first Reaper, but obviously you're not so interested in losing the drone either. Epic with 2 command centers. Going for 3 CC to kick it off. About as greedy as you can get, but you're going to get away with it. Nowadays, most Zergs will settle into 4 bases. Occasionally, we try a roach all in. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to see Epic open up with a Banshee. The Banshee, the safest option to cover your bases, literally and figuratively. Mostly literally, though. Couple Hellions to kick it off. And for soO, only 1 in gas. He's adding him back in now, but that means no interest in any sort of super all-in. What do we have here? Viking. What are we up to, Epic? What? He canceled everything. Fusion Core! And there it is. Battle Cruiser will be the choice. This is not advanced ballistics. No. Indeed, this is going to be a battle cruiser opener. Yes, we're updated now. Queen's on the way, but the thing about the battlecruiser, the flying laser bathtub, is not something easily dispatched. All you can do is severely discourage it from getting any closer to slaughtering your drones. And it kind of looked like Epic he wasn't sure what he wanted, and then just said, okay, and went for the fusion core. Because he actually canceled a few things, and then slapped it down. So, he committed to it. Hellions sharking in. There's nothing, like, at this stage of the game, soO can't really know anything. You can't get into the Terran base, not realistically, without going for Overlord speed. If you go for Overlord speed, then you just spent 100 gas on something that does not shoot back at battle cruisers. The best you can hope for is, like, maybe stop them from being able to see anything, or give them a target that isn't drones. So Overlord speed is definitely not the most reliable option. The creep spread is kind of insane, especially since Epic has been actively trying to deal with it. He just hasn't had the opportunity to be everywhere at once. He's drawing everything away. The battlecruiser is about to complete. He sees where the queens are. The battlecruiser is finished. He jumps into the main, and so it begins. Going, oh, the queen trying to get jammed in. Retreating for now. Battlecruiser. Well, all the quick. Brenda, no! We didn't have creep in that one spot! Susan, why do you always. Well, maybe maybe ordinances exist for a reason. Ever since Wings of Liberty, we've been complaining about Zerg players who forget to creep between the main and the natural. And, well, here we are again. With Epic. He's tying all these queens back at home. He's gonna kill one. He doesn't have tactical jump. You don't actually want to lose it, but it's very hard to lose it. It's not... It has the most HP of maybe any unit in the game, and it can fly. I'm not sure if it or an Ultra has more, but it's a close thing. I think the Mothership has more if you count shields. Yeah, jumps home. He's gonna get repaired. And behind it, the Octo-Rex production. Oh my god, I gotta say. Look at that production line from Epic. A factorial level. He's got 5 racks in the main. He's got 3 more pumping Marines. And soO, does he have Baneling speed? Yes. Nothing else. 1-1 about to complete for Epic. He finishes it up, picks up, gets out. Muta's on the way. The Mutalist, definitely a risk, but he needed the Spire in case of multiple battle cruisers, so the Marines will stem. Target fire, 1-2, gets up, and a little sloppy there, but gets out. Epic so far taking command of the situation. soO absorbing well enough. He's sitting at 82 drones. But here's the rest of the army, and the battle cruiser, the backstop of everything. 156 to 154 supply. And, well, the army supply heavily in favor of the American Terran. Combat shield about to complete. He's going deep onto the creep. There's not that many banelings, only a dozen right now as the tanks are moving forward. And Epic is looking to lay the pressure on. That battle cruiser is a pretty big roadblock right now. Well, metaphorically, as those queens are going to be tied up. Banelings rolling in, trying to find connections with the Marines stand tall, and soO is driven back. All right, the queens themselves, another round of banelings is about to complete, but the Marines adding as much damage as they can. The Muta's trying to get involved too. Banelings splitting, but so are the Marines. Still holding, he tried to jump away. The battlecruiser is taken down, but that might end up being a small victory in the grand scheme of things. The hatchery itself is under fire. The Hellbat making sure of that, but without the battlecruiser, the Mutas can actually engage the army. The Marine count is thinning, but so is the Muta count. The medevacs are nearly out of energy. soO trying to pick off what he can of the edges of things. The medevac's out of energy wandering into the Spore, but he's going to get the hatch. A valuable chunk of production here. 2-2 is on the way, and soO right now is on the ropes. The home field advantage for the American looking strong, and we see more and more lings in the production tab. And that is not anything Epic cannot deal with. I have to use several negatives at once. But as for other negatives, almost nothing going badly for Epic right now. He's got 2-2 on the way. He's got his 4th command center, maybe a little on the late side. But a comfortable 62 SCB economy. Those 8 racks fully online. The Muta count is only 10. Only 7 banelings. The Muta's heading towards the main. There are some turrets. The creep spread still has to be cleared up here. 2-2 just started for soO. Ooh, not a great position here to be fighting, but he slips behind the tanks. There's no more banelings. Only a handful to the north. The tanks actually are tanks for the Marine army. They absorb the damage, and the Marines still intact, despite getting caught in a bit of an awkward position. Yeah, the tanks will have to be protected, or they'll be easily picked off by the Mutas. But keeping that Marine count alive seems to have made all the difference. Epic now has 2-2 up against 1-1. That's a lot of banelings to deal with. The tank count has been thinned. The medevacs are low on energy. This is a decisive moment. It could, an inflection point in this game. There's an upgrade advantage for the Terran, but he's on the edge of creep. The tanks are vulnerable. Beautiful splits. The medevacs are helping out. All the tanks go down, but are there more banelings? Epic stims forward. Can he take out another hatchery? The muta count continues to grow. A handful of banelings are all that stands between soO and losing most of his production. The banelings coming in, but there are marines everywhere. More queens gunned down. Epic continues. The muta's looking for an opportunity. There are no more banelings, and with no more banelings, there's nothing to stop the marines. He's tearing through the front. He's tearing through the queens. He's tearing through the mutas, and Epic takes game 1. Epic. Up 1-0. What an epic match. soO, he fell into his default style. But the battlecruiser doesn't have to do damage. It just has to exist for as long as possible. The existence of the battlecruiser is such an anchor for the Zerg. I think soO made the Spire kind of expecting maybe mech or multiple cruisers, and then ended up going kind of shifting into the mutas. I mean, maybe he wanted to go mutas himself. Anyways, that's possible. We're getting him set up. We're going to try to get the observer interface for this next one. Surprising, like almost every game so far, like game 2, they've loaded up. If I could snap, I can't snap. Make your comments, but I don't. But imagine, like that. But this time, I don't know. Did maybe soO want to take a break or something? It's possible. So it's very odd to have this much time in between game 1 and 2. All right, here we are. All right. I want to go. Let's go. This is it for both these players. Whoever loses this is out. Unless I am misunderstanding the bracket again, but you shouldn't call it a knockout bracket and then let people get more chances. That's just my opinion, man. Words mean things. And I mean my words. Speaking of. Game 2 is loaded up. Oh, there we go. That looks way better, I will say. Wow, that Psystorm logo looks beautiful with this add-on. Anyways, sorry. In the bottom left of Inside and Out, we have winning game 1. Quite convincingly from Psystorm Gaming. The American Terran, it's epic. And in the top right, I am definitely not trying to figure out what that logo is. It is Team Africa. It says he's on at Team Africa Free CS. But I don't think that's their logo. Did you know, though, according to Liquipedia, soO's nickname is the Angry Zerg? Fun fact. That is a fun fact. I don't know when or where he got that nickname, but well, nowadays it's hard not to be. Oh, Kwandong. I see. That makes sense with the KD. I apologize to Kwandong. This is a little confusing. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say some of these things out loud. But it's the job. Nope, stop. Thank you for tuning in. Why is he hiding the links? Did that work? Did he not see them? He went pool first and he hid 2 links. I am like 90% sure Epic saw them. Yeah, he's like, you're gonna... Even if you didn't. I guess, why not? But he's just keeping it at home. Waiting for his moment. Pull first. Does he have any follow-up plan? It is your kind of your anti-2-Rex. The pull first. Yeah, Epic. Do it again. Give him another battle cruiser. Will soO do anything else? I don't... He held on to the Lings. He doesn't have speed on the way. He's trying to sneak in. I think he's waiting for the Reaper to come across. It does cut into your economy a bit to go for pull first. And he didn't really get anything for it. So that... Oh. Wow, that's a quick second guess. Can I borrow your phone? You guys have phones, right? Someone needs to call in the fleet. And he's kind of hiding it, though. The Lings may spot it, and that may make the difference. Oh, there's a Roach one on the way. He's gonna get the Tech Lab Starport. No Fusion Core. Banshee it is. That's gonna be his best bet. And there is a Roach one. I don't blame soO for trying this. Unfortunately, Epic is going to pull back from the Battlecruiser into the Banshee, which, against your average macro Zerg, I'd say the Battlecruiser is usually a stronger option. But against a Roach All-In, obviously you want Banshee. A great choice. Even without the Roach All-In, a nice safe one. You're up a game. 8 roaches on the way. I think Epic's suspicious. He's not moving out with his extra Hellions here. He's keeping him close to his base. Wow. He's playing incredibly safe this game. He's moving out now. He's narrowed it down somewhat, but he still hasn't seen the roaches. And the Banshee is halfway across the map, which is not ideal for defending a Roach All-In. He's building another Banshee. The Zerglings... You know what? This was kind of a brilliant move. The Zerglings drag the Hellions back, which means there's the minimum amount of time. The Zerglings actually brought it all back. And oh no! And this is the first time he sees the roaches is when they're at his front door. I was questioning, oh, what a response by Epic. Possibly was planned in the first place, but he's already got the double NG Bay to slow things down. Another Banshee. The other Banshee's heading back home. The first one. He's target firing. Epic is holding for now, but some of the Hellions are getting targeted down. He needs to keep some of those alive. I mean, there's a second Banshee he's repairing. The Zerglings will get in. The SCVs at this base will die. How much more will he get? The eternal question with these all-ins. Like, he's gonna get through the reactor. It's getting bad. It's getting really bad here. But it is a 3cc Terran. So, oh, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. If I just keep saying really bad, will that make my point better? I don't know. Well, if he loses the orbital, that's it. Okay, he lifts the orbital. Unfortunately, Epic is down to about as many SCVs as he started with. So, don't land that. Pick that thing back up. It feels like a bit of an underwhelming response from Epic. And now soO's up 60 to 15 workers. So, mules are good. They're very good. He's building 6 spores. He's taking this incredibly seriously. He knows how much damage he's dealt. Yeah, that's the only way that Epic could really start carving this back is with the Banshees finding those angles where they can snipe the drones. But soO is covering them. It's... Well, I'm sure Epic has been here before. He plays NA ladder. So, this is like every other game. But... Well, those Zerglings did almost less than nothing. He gets in. He's gonna kill like 1 drone. Does he lose a Banshee for it? That's far from ideal. Oh no. Well, the lair is done, and I'm just surprised there's no Spire on the way yet. Considering that soO has 600 gas, so honestly, the mutas probably should have already started. Ooh. A mule just dropped. Every SCV is... soO is at 82 drones. You need to calm down over there. Alright? You get it. It's like 60 would have been fine. 80 is gratuitous. It's a bit much, sir. Ooh. As obviously Epic not having a great time out here. He spots the Baneling nest. There won't be Baneling speed for a while. This is... It's a hill to climb. I am really surprised that soO didn't go Spire. He's gonna go for... Well, are there any bad options? I don't know, maybe roaches? More roaches? It's hard to find a bad choice for soO in this scenario. When you're up double the workers... Oof. Oh, God. It was fine until the Roach Nation attacked. $78 drones. He's building Hydras. Epic optimistically moving out here. Hydra range on the way, Baneling speed. I mean, there's no real anti-air. Oh, he lost the other Banshee. The Hydras are out. Oh, 1-1's done. It's not good. soO, game 1 was close. Epic with a solid lead. This time, soO, a lead is underselling it. It's like he finished the race and then decided to go again. Or we're on the 2nd lap and he's a lap ahead. And what are there, 2 laps? 2 laps. That seems about right. Well, yeah, a little bit of micro, but yeah, it's good. He's hitting the Banes. I don't know what happened here. I think a little bit of select army action. Now, ooh, those Marines didn't need to be out there. There's just not enough Marines. Like, those Widow Mines are gonna have to hit maximum radius, literally the maximum amount of units they could ever hit. We'll see. And they're not doing it. Okay, he's super dead. A good effort. You can't tap out. You can't blame it. It's 3 CC Terran. No SC, 0 SCVs you don't tap out. But soO this time. Ooh. So I made fun of the 2 Zerglings. Like, why are you hiding 2 Zerglings? What are you gonna do with 2 Zerglings? Well, what he's gonna do is drag the Hellions back and make it so Epic didn't see the roaches. They were already on his front lawn. And that ended up making all the difference. If Epic has another 15 seconds to react to that, he finishes the NG base, he repairs for another 30 seconds or so, he probably loses half as many SCVs. So. Now, for you Epic fans out there, I got good news for you. Next map is Waterfall. And that is well considered a Terran map. It's nice and close and personal. Of course, soO went for the early attack, but this is a tough map to be a Zerg against most Terrans. So it's not like... we're talking... When maps are favored towards a certain race in SC2, it's more like 55-45, not like 80-20. And soO did let it through the veto process. So we'll see. Game 3. All tied up. In the top right is Epic. From Psystorm Gaming, the American Terran player. With a confident Game 1 and just getting caught off guard in Game 2. And facing elimination all the way from Korea. From Kwangdong Free CS, his team. It is in the yellow, the Zerg soO. Well, while the Banshee is usually a good choice, just didn't end up panning out in time for Epic. He took a ridiculous amount of damage. Well, I don't even know what you could have done more besides not go 3cc. He just saw it way too late. It's hard to gauge how hard you need to defend. Like, do you want to defend the natural? Do you retreat to the main immediately? I think with hindsight, you realize maybe the SCV should have evacuated a lot earlier. But this is a very high-pressure situation. This is it. They're out after this. One of these players is done after this match. Which one is it going to be? No pull first, hatch first. Reaper expand for Epic. He's gonna scout, though not particularly early, just scouting to make sure the Reaper can go across the map. I'd love to see a mid-game battle here. This... that was a great game 1. soO just underprepared, heavily underprepared for the Banshee. Not the Banshee, the Battlecruiser, sorry. I do fall back to what can you actually do against the Battlecruiser? Just shake your many queen arms at it and say, we don't like you, because that's pretty much what your average response amounts to. Oh, Epic! The mental damage that can be dealt if you get that drone. He won't, though. Bouncing around another one. Epic. 3cc. 3cc before Starport. Now that is a Terran's Terran. 3 games in a row. 9 command centers before we really even get started. He didn't go speed? Uh-oh. Well, there's a reason for that. And here we go again. Will Epic realize? Will he suspect? Is he going to change his build at all? What has Epic seen so far? I mean, you should realize Zergling speed should finish between like 3:30 and 4 minutes. If he can't figure out whether or not there's Zergling speed done by 4 minutes, that is such a tell. Of course, he could also get in and see the Roach one, which would also be a tell. Or even the Roaches, which, believe it or not, a tell. I'm sure he'll be scouring for them. Oh my god, he doesn't have a... He doesn't... Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, no. Well, I'll tell you why. 2 Edgy Bay. Oh, no. Epic thinking he wouldn't do it again. Oh, he's doing it again. He's doing it even harder this time. Oh, no. I mean, there's no units. He's got Hellions. He's got Hellions and no wall. He sees the Roaches. He retreats to the high ground. He starts a marauder. The Edgy Bays are vulnerable. The Sloaches are on their way. soO is making drones behind this. No matter how this goes, Like, I mean, there's not speedlings, so there's not that portion of it. Which means it doesn't have the deadly potential, but it's still, like, if there was a Banshee, oh god. Well, a Marauder's out. The boys. There's gonna have to be a lot of math after this. I'm not a big fan of math, but, well, it's certainly not amazing. He's salvaging the other bunker. So, good things. Epic has double upgrades and 3 CC. Okay. Bad things, he's down over double workers. The upgrades are a huge deal. Those upgrades are a cornerstone here of everything. Oh, grenade? Grenade? Oh my, or never mind. Wait, there's no units? There's no speedlings? They're basic lings, but a bit awkward. Oh, he really wanted those drones. So, this is a much better position for Epic. It's still bad. It was hard to get worse than last game. If we're rating out of, I don't know, 28 as a number, like 28 bad last time, I'm gonna give this like a 17. It is still very bad, but there's a lot more comeback potential when you have the upgrades than we saw in the previous match. He's 3 CC, has enough SCVs to mine from 2 bases. And remember, soO just finished Zergling speed. I don't want to make it seem like this is... There's a difference between a prayer that soO runs up a ramp multiple times in the siege tanks and no room for error. And I think Epic is in a position where if he makes any mistakes, that's it. But it's not soO's game to lose yet. Two starts. Epic knows where his biscuit is buttered. It's gonna be those upgrades. It's gonna be the cost efficiency of the bio-tank army. That is everything for him. Baneling speed is about to complete. Creep is everywhere. 80 drones. It's not great. This is a lot to deal with and very little Terran with which to work. He's gonna boost out of the base to clear the... Oh. Well. Oh no, his oh, that... Not an auspicious start. Full medevac of Marines jumping in. He's trying to draw him into this. +1 Carapace is now done. He's adding on the Rex. Epic just has to treat it like it's even. That's it. He just has to treat it like he's even though he knows. You have to pretend. What did he just shoot at? I heard Marine shooting. Don't shoot your own units. Well, that's a lot of Ling Bane. He runs away with the SCVs, expecting this position to be broken. And unfortunately, he's right. soO just has far too much. He overruns the base. Epic gets out with what few SCVs he had. The command center in flight. He retreats to the high ground. 2-2's done, but for who? Oh, and he leaves the door open. After that beautiful first game, Epic caught twice by the roaches. And that means soO will be moving on. And Epic will be moving out. A valiant effort